Hey guys, it's Celeste with Lazy JX Ranch Plans. So today I need to set up my social media planner, which is the Plum Paper Vertical Priorities, for the week of July 24th through the 30th. So stay tuned. I never can get that intro right, but you know, I'll get there. It just takes time, right? So, of course, I'm going to be using stickers. All my stickers are going to come from Black Mountain Plans off of Etsy. So I kind of goofed when I placed my order. I did not, all of my sticker kits for this week were supposed to be Happy 4th, but I forgot to order the sheet for my vertical priorities. But I did order an extra of the patriotic because it's my favorite. This is my favorite kit that, I mean, by far, that I've ever seen from any maker. But I accidentally ordered an extra kit, and I was just going to set it aside for next year, or whenever I felt like doing it, because I think I'm going to be switching over to the 8.5 by 11. Not that there's anything wrong with the 7 by 9, but I don't know. I just am feeling the 8.5 by 11 planner. So I'm like, well, crap. So I'm definitely going to be ordering one off of the teacher's sale that's going on right now with Plum Paper. So if I do end up with the 8.5 by 11 and I end up loving it, I don't know if I can keep these stickers. So I may end up doing one more week. It may be July 30th through the first week of August in the patriotic kit. Just because, I really feel like I'm going to love the 8.5 by 11 and I'm just going to stick with it. My only dilemma is, do I go coil or do I go disc? I started out creative planning in the Happy Planner. And I used the Happy Planner for like 3 or 4 years. And then I went to another planner system called In the Leafy Treetops, which was disc bound. I did start out in the Plum Paper with the coil, but very quickly moved over to the disc bound system again. So I don't know. I don't know what to do, guys. I really don't. I know I'm going to love the 8.5 by 11. I know I am. So that's not my dilemma. And I've been like packing around an old 8.5 by 11 Chunky Monkey planner, just to make sure, that I'm going to be okay with this size. But I know I'm going to love it. I just don't know. 'Cause like there is something about the coil that just makes it feel so bougie. You know what I mean? It just feels bougie. I don't know how else to explain it, but it just feels so adult and bougie and fancy. Whereas I feel like the discs are kind of like whimsical, I guess. But like I said, I've been using a disc bound system for so long. How do you switch to a coil that is restrictive? And I do find, my hand bumping into the coil, which, it's like, okay, flip it, right? Just flip the back page and then you don't have to deal with the coil or, your hand running into the coil. But this is my catch-all planner. I take it everywhere with me. I'll transport it from my office to the kitchen to, it gets thrown into my purse. And so that's why I really like these Happy Planner covers. And I do have an 8.5 by 11 Happy Planner cover, with the snap, and all the pockets and stuff like that. So I don't know. I just don't know. Right now, as it sits, I have my planner in the cart as disc punched. But 4 times I have switched it from coil to disc, from coil to disc, from coil to disc. And I really don't know what to do. So, anyway, I am filming this a little early. Today is the 18th of July. And I probably won't post this until probably the 21st, 22nd, something like that. I've just got a lot on my plate, but I had a free moment to get this filmed. So I figured I better hurry and get it filmed. So back to my vertical priorities. This is my social media planner. I don't generally use this to pre-plan. What I use this for is to record what I've done. So it's kind of like a reverse planning, I think is what it's called. So it's not necessarily a huge emergency that I get this done, but yeah, like I said, I've got a lot going on. So Charlie, my 7-year-old, who usually interrupts my videos, her very first like actual rodeo, it's a junior rodeo because she's only 7. Her first rodeo is July 29th, right? But my oldest daughter and her husband have a rodeo this day too. Hopefully they don't correspond with each other, because my oldest daughter doesn't know if she's in the slack, which is in the morning, or in the actual performance, which is at night. So we're hoping it's at night so that it doesn't, overlap Charlie's rodeo. But the good news is they're only like, I don't know, 10 miles apart from each other. So my daughter and my son-in-law will already be here. So as soon as they're done with slack, if they end up in the slack, they can just jot over to Huntington to watch Charlie. So anyways, we've got a lot to do to prepare for her first rodeo. She has to wear a full Western attire. So we got to get that and put together, which shouldn't be too hard. But we got to make sure, well, she's actually using her lesson horse. She does riding lessons. And so she's actually going to be using her lesson horse. Her riding lesson teacher has been so nice to offer Sweet Zoe for Charlie to do her first rodeo on. And we're super excited. We love Zoe. Zoe is just Charlie's favorite in the whole world. Charlie does have 2 horses of her own, but none of them can she rodeo on. Let's just put it that way. Dude is her main horse. That is crooked, but we're just going to leave it. Dude is her main horse, and he's a funny guy. Yeah, so he was born into a family, and they have 7 kids. And the oldest child rode Dude when he was just a young colt. And every single one of the kids have rode Dude. Okay. And they mostly did stuff on the mountains with him. And that's where his heart is. He loves moving cows. That's his jam. He loves moving cows. That's his favorite. But occasionally they would do like junior riding club and stuff like that. junior rodeos. And he hated it. He would do it, but he hated it. And now in his old age, because he's 27 now, 28. He's 28, I think. I think he's 28. Now in his old age, he's just like, ain't doing it. And he'll stand by the gate and you can kick and you can pull his reins and all that stuff. And he's just like, nope, ain't doing it. Nope, nope, nope. I am not working today. I don't care what you say. Let's see, where did... Oh, I bet you it's... Are they back here? No. Where did I put those? Ooh, good question. Oh, see? I was trying to take care of myself, but I forgot what I was doing. Oh, I need my tweezers. Those little date dots are way too small. But anyway, so dude is just like not having it, but he's really good for Charlie to just ride around the yard. He takes really good care of her. You don't have to worry about him bucking or taking off with her. But yeah, you get him in an arena and he just stands by the gate and won't move. He's like, I've played this game way too many times. So, anyways, yeah. And then she has Chalk, who is her miniature pony. And anybody who's ever had miniature ponies know why she can't ride him by herself. He is a really, really good pony for her to just climb around on and pick up his feet and saddle him and brush his hair and all that fun stuff. You know, I mean, she can braid his hair, she can brush his hair, she can climb all over him, you know, pick up his feet, all that other stuff, right? But what she can't do with him, what she can't do with him is, see, I can't use that one, is ride him independently. If I'm right there next to him, he's a perfect, well-behaved gentleman. Even if I don't have a hold of the lead rope, if I'm right there and he knows I can reach out and grab him, he is a perfectly behaved gentleman. I think I'm going to try and use as many of these as I can because I have them. But yeah, so, but yeah, if like you try and ride him by yourself, he bucks you off. Even my oldest tried to ride him, you know, because we were like, maybe it's just, you know, he knows Charlie's not strong enough to bully him around, right, and make him behave. So he's just testing, right? Oh no, he bucked her off. She actually almost landed face first into a pile of fresh horse poop. It was so funny. Not for her, but it was funny for everybody else. And she was fine. I mean, he's a miniature pony, so he's like tiny. So it's not like she fell very hard. But yeah, so Chalk is just Chalk. But like I said, he serves a purpose because he's really fun for Charlie on the ground, right? She just has a blast with him. It's just sad that, you know, she can't really ride him independently. As a matter of fact, one time we took him to the arena, right? And Larry was actually leading him around the barrels for Charlie. And he just stopped at every barrel and tried to lay down. We're like, oh, you brat. He's just like, nope. Oh, you gotta love that pony. But like I said, he's just the perfect pony for her to just play around on the ground. But in the saddle, he just has no manners and he's a jerk face. So, anyways, her riding teacher was nice enough to let us use her horse Zoe, who is just the sweetest, kindest soul, and takes such good care of Charlie, and Charlie just adores her, and she adores Charlie. So yeah, we're just gonna make it a good experience for Charlie and stick with Zoe until we can find her a Zoe of her own. So, and I have another horse named Jack, and Jack was actually born here. He's 12, but he has absolutely no manners. One, because he was the first colt that was born here. And so you're just kind of like, oh, you can't be mean to him. Note to self, yes, you can. But yeah, so he was born here on our little farm. He was the first colt born here. But two, his mother was so protective of him. She has since passed on. She was old when we got her. And she was pregnant with Jack when we got her. Yeah, so she has since passed on, but she was so protective of him. If you tried to teach him manners, she would freak out on you. And if any of the other horses tried to teach him manners, because that's the thing, horses will teach each other manners. You know, that herd dynamics. They're just like, you know, no, this is what's appropriate, this is what's not appropriate, all this other stuff. But Mariah would not let anybody get near him, which is normal for when they first have the baby, but it is not normal to carry that on throughout their life, if that makes sense. So yeah, even when he was an adult, she still was super protective of him. Okay, so I make a little checkbox right along here at the very edge that says, you know, instead of putting post on every single line, all the way down, we're just putting post on every day, just one. But yeah, so Jack has no manners whatsoever. And actually it wasn't until his mom passed away and he had nobody to protect him. And dude just does not put up with crap. He just does not put up with crap. He's not mean. He just isn't, he's, you know, when Jack tries to get all disrespectful, dude is just like, nope. So it hasn't been since, I mean, once his mom passed away and then there was nobody to protect him, and dude is just like putting him in his place. Jack has actually turned into quite a nice horse, but he's still way too much horse for Charlie. He's too much horse for me. Sometimes he's too much horse for my husband, which is saying a lot. But at least now he has manners. And is actually pleasant to be around, because before he wasn't. But like I said, he was the first colt born on our place, so we kind of were sentimental with him, and that's why he is still here, right? Hey, You just keep that to yourself, young lady. Naudie's over here on my bed rolling around, and she accidentally threw a pillow at me. Didn't you? Because you're a bad dog. Yes, you are. Okay, so now I'm going to lay down this custom script called Film. So any videos that I film, I'm going to record here. Saturday and Sunday, I don't have it sectioned out because there isn't enough room. So just if I film something, if I do a photo of something, if I make a reel of something, I'm just going to mark it here. But during the week, I have the room to like section it out. And the reason I do this, and this was actually an idea I stole from Amy B. Diamond Paints and Plans, I think is what her channel is called. She just happened to mention in her social media planner that she has a section where she records anything that she made, you know, even if it wasn't pre-planned. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's such a good idea, because I struggle with having, you know, it's like, oh, I got to use this part to pre-plan, right? And then you feel guilty because, you know, I don't know. When I do social media stuff, it's just kind of like on a whim. I just do it, right? Yeah. I don't know how else to describe it, but like if there's pre-planning involved, you know, I'll just see something and it's like, ooh, you know, the light bulb goes off and I just have to do it then, right? I don't have time in my brain to pre-plan. If I try and pre-plan, my brain just goes blank and I get an overwhelm, and, you know, because everything has to be perfect. And, you know, and I just shut down, if that makes sense. But, you know, I love to check boxes, I guess. So it's like I see this empty section where it's like, oh, there's nothing under the photos. I gotta hurry and make a photo, you know, for social media so I can fill in that box. Does that make sense? So I put social media, this is another custom script, right here in this last box. So this is a little box where I can pre-plan, I guess, just any ideas that pop into my mind but maybe I don't have the time to make it right now. I can write it right there. But with my boutique, I have new releases and pre-orders that I need to consider. Because each week I have new releases and each week I have pre-orders, and I need to market them, if that makes sense. So I need to keep them in the back of my mind. Let's see, hold on. Got to pull, there we go. I pulled a leftover sheet from my hourly daily. I'm going to put goals up here, right there. Okay, so, oh, that social media script is really crooked. But anyway, so each week I have new releases and pre-orders that I need to market. So I need to make sure that they are at the top of my mind, I guess. So anyways, I think this will do. I'm happy with it. And that's all I have for you. If you guys have any suggestions or questions, please leave a comment down below. I really appreciate it, because you know what? Every time, now it's crooked the other way. Every time I watch videos from other creative planners, it always like sparks ideas in my brain. So Yeah, if there's anything else that you can think of that I could be doing differently. This I kind of make as to-dos, you know, just it's separate from this, so it hopefully will draw my eyes. And then this I just use as a note section. And I just kind of steal the notes out of my hourly dailies. So anyway, my back hurts. So anyways, this is my social media planner. It's the 7x9 Vertical Priorities from Plum Paper. If you have any questions or comments or suggestions, please leave them down below. Also, I'd like to know if you have a social media planner, which one do you use? Even if it's not Plum Paper. I mean, like, I don't know, it's mid-year, so it's kind of like, what else is out there? No, this has been working really good, but I recently did switch it over from an actual work planner to a social media planner. So I'm still kind of playing around with the layout, so any suggestions are greatly welcomed. So anyways, that's all I have for you, and hopefully you have a good day. See ya. Bye.